Hey guys, and welcome to a rogue build. Today's build is going to be for the lower levels. So what I've done is put together what I think is a decent leveling build for a level 20 rogue, where you are just about getting into Gloamwood. So what I did was created a spec which I thought would give you decent DPS, but also some healing so that you can stay alive. To do this, I mixed the Tactician and Bard souls together, mainly focusing with Tactician for the damage. So this build, it obviously requires you to be level 20, and the point distribution is 8 points in Bard and 18 in Tactician. I also used Rift Stalker as my third soul for the slight mitigation that it provides, so if I just hover over it, increases damage by 0.5%, and then the mitigation increases endurance by 1.5%, armor by 2%, and resists by 2.5%. So I'll just leave this open for a few seconds so that you can take note, and then I'll be going through the abilities and the rotation during fights. So, the abilities. Infernal Torrent, which is a channeled ability which will apply a damage over time as well. Necrotic Torrent, which is similar to Infernal, but this will deal extra damage when the enemy is low on health. Empyrean Bolt, which is a combo point builder. We then have Cadence, which is your healing ability. This will heal you for a small amount whilst also doing damage, so that can be quite useful. Shadow Shift is just a small utility ability, just to get somewhere quickly, so you might be running if you're dying or if you want to catch up to something. Empyrean Ray and Coda of Wrath, which are your two finishers, which will simply deal damage. Two motifs, Bravery, which will increase your attack and spell power, and Motif of Regen, which is a heal over time. We also have two cores, but only one can be used at a time. Curative Core, which is another heal over time, and Necrotic Core, which is damage over time. So just either during a fight you either want health over time or damage over time. Barrier Remote, which will give you a shield depending on your maximum health. And finally, our two buffs, Curative Engine, which will heal you when you are hit, and Fanfare of Vigor, which will increase your max health. So both of these buffs can be on at the same time, and also both of your motifs can be on at the same time. So now we know all of our abilities, you need to know when to use them. To start off with, ensure that both your buffs are on, so Curative Engine and Fanfare of Vigor. Then just before you head into the fight, make sure that you use both of your motifs, so Motif of Bravery and Regen, just so that you can deal that extra damage and get that heal over time in. Then to open up the fight, use Infernal Torrent, and then you place either core on the ground depending on whether you want extra damage over time or extra healing over time. And then just into more spamming of Infernal Torrents until you basically have no energy left and you can't use it again for a while until all of your energy is back. Only use Necrotic Torrent when the health is below 30%, because then you'll get that extra damage that is part of the ability. And only use Cadence if you're taking more damage than you want to, as it will heal you, so that will just help you with healing over time again. If you are using Cadence, you'll only need to use it twice in order to get 5 combo points, and when you are at 5 combo points, use either of the two finishers, so Empyrean Ray or Coda of Wrath, but take note that one is instant speed, but deals less damage, and the other has a cast time but will deal slightly more damage. And finally, use Empyrean Bolt, which is your third ability, just to finish off an enemy when they are on ridiculously low health, or just use more torrents to do the job. So you don't necessarily have to use this bolt at any time, but you may want to, depending on your play style or whatever. And that's it for the rotation. Just always remember to try and keep your motive buffs applied to you, which can be hard, but it will help you to kill things in a bit less time, and you will survive for longer if you can keep the buffs on you. And that's it for today's level 20 rogue leveling guide. I hope this has been helpful to some of you, and that you will go away and try the spec out. If you enjoyed the video, or if it helped you, I'd really appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you wish to see more guides or videos. Also, if you have any constructive criticism, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.